What's up, YouTube? Auntie Ricky on a rainy ass Saturday. I'm pissed. I was so looking forward to this weekend. Festival Sundiata. This was going to be my last little outing before I go up under this knife Tuesday. And here we are on a Saturday in the peak of summertime, and it's pouring down rain. I'm so disappointed, but that's okay. It could be worse. I could be disappointed alone, but I'm not alone. I'm just sitting here chilling, looking a little YouTube. Need to change this channel though, because I'm not feeling what's on. This Club Shay Shay. But I thought I'd get on here and talk a little smack. Oh, let's see. What could I watch? Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard from Dalton. That's a doggone shame, that woman. She's just dragging this poor little village down the drain and thinking it's cute. It's nothing cute about it, baby girl. I'd be rather surprised if somebody did jump on my live right now. But then again, if it's local, wouldn't surprise me because ain't nobody trying to run out in this rain. But it's Saturday. It is raining outside. It's not the business. So I'll see if I can make some YouTube credit here. Somebody can come on into my live. We can chit chat for a minute. I need to prop this thing up though, because it's blocking my speakers. Anywho, let's see. What can I do while I'm passing the time? Do something about this makeup. I was all ready to go too. Man, I was ready to go. And the morning came, but the sunshine didn't. Okay. You know, I had a chain on my neck, and I don't know where it went. It fell off my neck, and now I can't find it, and that really perturbs me. I'm at that stage now in life where, you know, they say it's geriatric, or what was that show, The Wonder Years? Yeah, I wonder where I left this. I wonder where I dropped that. I wonder where I put this away. That's where I'm at. I'm in the Wonder Years, geriatric version. But anyway, excuse me. I read chapter 5 of my book last night. Hopefully somebody will listen. Trying to become a contrant, Jesus. Maybe if I took a drink or something, and I'm not much of a drinker, but if I did, maybe I could talk straight. What? Wow. This is a mess. Dalton, Illinois, for those of you that don't know, this chick, this wannabe Sexy Red, this wannabe Glorilla mayor, is literally spending funds, spending the township's funds at her own discretion like it ain't nobody's business. Her butt's gonna eventually go to jail because she is just doing the most and real cocky with it too. She got the police department, or I don't think she can. She's doing it now because they done pretty much shut that shit down. But she had a whole lot of the police department hired on, as well as her as the police department, her private security. So not only are they working for the police department, they getting all this overtime to be her private security. She thinks she Nino Brown. She thinks she gonna run up into little meetings and stuff with the township dressed up like New Jack City. No. That might have worked back in the 90s when you were an infant, but that don't play today. Them old folks ain't gonna play with her. It's too much, too much history. And now they got the U.S. Attorney General for Northern Illinois riding her butt. She did disappear for a minute, but she cocky. Here's my tea. They released the police chief, or the head of police that she had, and then she turned around and hired him in an even higher law enforcement position. Foul. She just cocky. Maybe that's what she needs, is some cop. Maybe she gets some get right if she gets some. Ain't no telling nowadays though. These folks is that everything that's wrong is right and right is wrong today. Turn this up a little bit so y'all can at least hear it with me. Now they're going to have to wait. House Democrat Chris Welch putting the whole process on ice, writing in a statement today, quote, "The Republican members of this committee are also engaged in competitive political campaigns in which they have chosen to campaign almost exclusively against the Speaker." Okay, I gotta get busy. I can't just sit here. Republicans clamored for more witnesses and evidence. Democrats dug in and defended the Speaker from facing more scrutiny. I was just thinking about something. Do you have people in your life that you basically, I don't know, people are just fickle. That's the word of the day, fickle. F-I-C-K-L-E. F-I-C-K-L-E, yeah, fickle. Not F-I-C-K-O. F-I-C-K-L-E, fickle. Them is the people that only call on you when they want something or need something. Those are the ones that pretend to be in your corner, to keep you on reserve for when they want something or need something. And when you don't come through for them because you've gotten hip to their need for you to be at their disposal, they suddenly don't call on you no more. Because I think they figured it out that you done peeped their whole card. So I got a couple folks lately in my life that have done just that, and I thank God for that. Remove them, Lord, before I do. Plain and simple. God is very good in that respect, that He removes my adversaries before I get the chance to. Because if I do it, it'll be a whole mess. But I just I just got to thank God for my family because I don't have friends. I have associates, but I have family. Family over everything. And we don't share the same actual blood. Well, me and my husband do because we've exchanged bodily fluids, you know. But for the most part, I wouldn't give them up for anything. I wouldn't give up this family for anything. They've been a blessing in my life, and that's where I'm supposed to be. But one thing is for sure is I'm not supposed to be kowtowing to needy people who are in the game of life just to strain whatever they can out of people and situations and organizations and churches and schools and all that, whatever they can get out of it for, how do you expect to be grateful for what you have in life if you didn't actually work for it yourself? You know, people go to work every day, but they spend more time working at getting over than they do working their actual job. And I think that if you took the time to invest in yourself in terms of your ability to achieve more, i.e., go back to school, get you a trade, get you something that'll bring that paycheck up, you wouldn't have to be working people all the time or working over people. I mean, if you got that ability to do that, play the pity party on yourself, drop little hints that you need this, you need that, applying for all kind of programs that more needy people than yourself might need. You're taking away from others that need more than you do, and that's robbery. Here's a point I'll use as an example. Have you ever at Christmas time, Christmas time is the easiest time to find this type of person. Have you ever gone to someone's house at Christmas time and they have kids, they're single parent or whatever? Some aren't even single parents. Some have got the brother laying right up with them. Nevertheless, you go in the house, you take them a little something because you want to do something nice for the kids or whatever, and you walk in that house, and they got more shit under that tree than many executives have for their kids. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't put nothing up under that tree but the effort of bending down to place it there. Or let me backtrack. You haven't done anything more than apply to the organization that supplied that stuff for you. That's gluttony. That's greed. And that ain't cool. Because you know what you're doing? Just in case anybody might be watching this that might be guilty of this. Every time you play the get over game and you got children, this is what you're teaching your children to do. Kids are going to think that, oh, this is how it's done. All I've got to do is think about it and boom, it's there in front of me. That's a dangerous game to play. That's a dangerous thing to instill in your kids, that you don't have to work hard. You just got to want it. And you don't have to work for it. Just go out and find somebody to give it to you. Bad move. Bad move, boo-boo. Because we coming up in a time now where even the strong are having trouble surviving. And it's sad because there's so many people out there that deserve it more. And I say deserve it more because they've paid dues and have fallen on hard times. And now they can't get the help they need because funds are limited, because we got scratcher cats going after every little program they can and depleting funds that someone else could have used. Because that stuff, those funds are not never ending. They end at some point in time. There's only a certain allotted amount of money available to programs that are charitable. You're going out here just gobbling up everything you can just because you can. You greedy ass motherfucker. Excuse my French. It bothers me because I've seen other people on the other end that really are in need. Can't get nothing because they got somebody out there ripping and running and snatching it all up for themselves and for their kids. And I'm not saying kids don't deserve nothing, but guess what? Your kid don't have to have every goddamn toy. Lord forgive me, I don't usually say the Lord's name in vain. But you running out there grabbing up every little charitable piece of anything you can get from a church, from a program, from an organization, from a person, from a child care provider, or for somebody that cares about you or your kids. You gobbling up everything you possibly can, and other people are going without because you've taken what they could have had. Ain't, I'm leaving folks like that alone. I really am. I'm leaving folks like that alone because my life is, I've lived more life than I've got ahead of me. And I'm not spending the rest of my life making it easy for other people to sit on their ass. You know, even if you do get up and go to work every day. Well, if you want all that extra stuff, go get a trade so you can make more money to get that extra stuff. How about that? Living on you got a champagne lifestyle on a beer budget. You know, that's what I'm talking about. I had to get that off my chest because it's bothering me. It bothers me to know that there's people out there in close proximity of myself and my husband. My husband has a big heart, and sometimes I have to, baby, no, pull the reins on that. Pull the reins on that. This is not Goodwill. We are not Goodwill. Goodwill is over on Dearborn in Seattle. They've got little stores all over the place that can contribute. If you want to buy something at a cheaper cost, send them to Goodwill. But you don't have to be the town Goodwill. Okay, especially if you're going to turn around and replace it. You defeat the purpose. But I'm just saying, people that they latch on to people that have good hearts. That using spirit.
You mean care?
No good's gonna come to you. That's why you ain't being blessed. And I can almost guarantee you that you're not being blessed. You're going through hard times, whether you let people know or not. Because those hard times you're going through are the hard times that you've used up in the past. And now that you need the help, you can't get the help because you've used the help. You know, somebody once told me you don't miss your water until the well runs dry. Some folks is running off of dry wells every day and don't know it. They ain't got sense enough to know it. They don't have the air of gratitude because they've never really done anything to be grateful for. It's not an honorary thing to beat people out of or sweet talk people out of shit. You know, that's not very noble. And if you're proud of that, shame on you. If you're proud of that, God bless you. Because it's going to all dry up one day and you're going to wish it wasn't gone. You're going to wish it was there. You know? I said that all because this heifer right here, this Tiffany Henyard, she running on fumes right now. She's so busy using town funds to look a certain way, live a certain lifestyle. That shit's gonna run out. It's gonna run out. And she gonna be sitting behind bars wishing she hadn't done that to them people. And she really don't think she done it. I don't know if she really thinks she's doing anything wrong. She figured that she has the position, she can make the decision, and if you don't like it, lump it. Life don't go like that, boo-boo. You need to go pick up a Bible and read it. You might learn something. It's sad. And she got other folks in cahoots with her. They going down with her as well.
Politics is shady, right? I think a lot of us already know that. It's often shadowed by alleged corruption. That's why Tiffany here is targeted by FBI. But I want to talk about
her and Fulton County. They walking hand in hand. I don't know who's worse, her or Fulton County. And it makes black folks, black women especially, look really, really bad. I mean, it's bad enough that we've got Glorilla and Dirty Red or whatever damn. What is her name? Sexy Red? Sexy Red. Sexy Red. Yeah, Sexy Red, the entrepreneur. She done got her a new lipstick line, and she done named her lipstick shit like, what was it? Juicy Pussy. Or Juicy Coochie. Just nasty. I'm gonna look this shit up. What is the, you know,
so there's some suspicions and some theories that these political
you can build a brand if you want to. Okay, but everything you do has to be ratchet and sexually motivated. Let me pull up Sexy Red. Sexy Red lip gloss. That's what it is. Sexy Red lip gloss. Let's look at some of the flavors. I don't want to collect them all. I just want to see the names of them. We've got no. Is that it?
It is listed as a registered lobby.
Let me go back.
In Illinois. It appears in the state's official lobbying list and looks like they engage in activities related to political advocacy in influencing
family counseling lip gloss set. Okay, that's weird.
Connections with Illinois politics. And why is that important?
Where is
because Charlie's influence in state politics
Sexy Red launches
people and have close relationships. He has one
NSFW lip gloss names. Here we go. I'll read this. I can, okay. Sexy Red, put my coochie juice on your lips. Launches NSFW lip gloss. Sexy Red is heating up summer with a new business venture. A line of NSFW lip glosses, seemingly channeling her Pound Town anthem. The rapper revealed the sexually charged makeup brand online Monday called Sexy by posing for a series of provocative photos, including one where she held the box of lip glosses on her behind as she bent over. She also gave fans a close-up of the gloss's erotic names, which are, here we go, Coochie Juice, Booty Hole Brown, Nut, Pussy Hole Pink, Yellow Discharge.
There is never a replacement for Senator Trotter. I'm his successor.
This next one, I couldn't believe this one. Gonorrhea,
he is the appropriations chair.
Blue Balls, and last but not least, the ever so popular Sex on My Period.
will significant power in determining which
which
projects
just so
are
happens
and
to
which
be
are not.
fruit
Coming up soon,
scented.
we'll talk about Senator Sims' associated representatives, Marcus C. Evans Jr. and Nicholas K. Smith. These two state reps openly supported Tiffany Hayard at some point during her tenure. They're affiliated with Sims through the districts they serve. State Representative Marcus Evans was the pusher for her tax credit
I don't
participation bill that
understand.
moved forward. Looking at the ties between Trotter
And
and
she
Hayes
got this
suggests a
shit on
network of
Instagram.
influence
Here's the
that
picture.
directly impacts the state's financial decisions. It's a reason why
Shut up.
she won for so long. It's a reason why she basically run around being destructive and no one checking.
No, I don't want
If
to
it
follow you. I
wasn't
just
for
look.
the strong people
That's how
behind
she
it,
advertised
trying
in
to
the
get
lip
this story
gloss.
out, talking to anyone who were willing to listen, talking to media outlets.
Now
talking
I'm
to
pretty
people.
sure that the
The
colors are
FBI
beautiful.
probably would
I'm
be
sure. I'm pretty
right
sure
now.
that they're,
And actually, the
nice.
biggest reason why this is even got to this
It's a
point is
nice
because
product,
of
but
people like you, people who want
that's how you
this
selling your
content,
shit now.
who engage in what's going on, who care, even if they don't live in Belton, probably never heard of Belton until now.
Nut.
If this wasn't happening, you can already see the Attorney General was not going to do it.
Nut.
He is connected through all of this. It's a reason why, no matter how many
Gonorrhea.
times Belton residents have tried to get Kwame Raoul to do something, he hasn't. He failed in his duty.
Wow.
He has many
That's all I
connections
can say is
with
wow.
people surrounding Tiffany Hayes.
I
That's why the
wonder.
FBI is there. That's
Moving
why
on to
people
something
probably
more
jump ship.
productive. I
Regardless of
happened to
how the
just
way that she's
accidentally
there's too much
get on
shadiness
Instagram,
surrounding her.
and
she
first thing that
is
popped up
in a
was
lot
the
of trouble.
CD
There are many
Panthers.
reasons, more that we'll be talking about in later videos.
That's
The
the
investigation
football
into
team my
Tiffany Hayes'
grandson
dealings
is
a
playing
critical
for.
step, ensuring
And
that
I'm
the
wondering
public
if this
officials
is
act
his
in the
team
best
right here.
interest of their
Where's
constituents,
number
not
7?
at
Number 7.
allegiance
I
to
think he's number
benefactors
7.
or personal gain. And that's why Tiffany was
89,
all screwed up.
10.
Only cared about personal gain and the people that
I
told
can't
with her.
tell.
Fortune.
They all look alike in their uniforms. I know he's up. I think I just seen him.
2004, Andre 3000
Was
was
that
the
him?
most famous rapper in America. Today, he's a monk, hiding from the world for 20 years. But still, people are just as interested in
Oh
him
no,
as they
that's
thought
not
before.
his
Andre
team.
3000
That
actually
was the
escaped the
8.
curse that destroys
8U.
most rappers. The curse of
And they
growing
won
youth, but the price of
18 to
that was
0
a curse
today.
of his own.
So he's on the 10U.
Prayed to a God that I didn't even know it existed.
So
Really.
let's see
I would rather
here.
you take this away from me. All of this, if I could just feel normal.
Hey,
I could
boo.
take voice, career, all of it. You can have it if I could feel normal.
Huh?
I love the way you talk about Andre 3000
Your
as if he
package
were a
is here.
person that you knew.
Get it.
Well, I know him sometimes.
But despite his
That's my
struggles,
other
he's
grandson.
still one of
That's
the most
Kai Kai.
beloved and respected rappers
That's my
ever.
baby, too.
That's why the Outkast album Speaker Box
He is
/
so
Below Below
sweet.
is the
Oh my
best-selling
God.
rap album ever, over 13 times platinum. That's why Outkast won 6 Grammy Awards. That's
So
why
I
every
had to
single
get him a
Outkast
new
album is a classic, whether it's
Oculus
full of experimental deep cuts or timeless
controller.
#1 pop hits. Without Andre
I've had enough of
3000,
Sexy
artists like
Red.
Kanye, Tyler, the Creator,
I
Future,
didn't even
Childish
forgot what I was
Gambino,
talking about.
Kendrick Lamar might not
Told you
sound
about
the way
that
they do today.
geriatric
So why does this guy
Wonder
who's
Years
basically a
stuff
saint
going
in the
on.
history of hip-hop say stuff
But
like this?
oh yeah, talking about the representation of the young black woman these days. It's sad. You know, I came up in a time where our black
This
women
video is brought to you by
in the
Nebula.
entertainment
Behold
business
this
had
video. Watch my
class.
original
You
documentary,
know,
Danger Music. The
Gladys
true story behind
Knight,
some of the most disgusting, scary,
Diana
dangerous music ever
Ross.
made. So go to nebula.tv
Even early, I mean, even getting closer up to my age, they were Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston never had to take her clothes off for nobody ever to get a deal of any kind. If she did, it was behind closed doors. But it had nothing to do with being on that screen. She didn't have to do none of that publicly. They just had a way of carrying themselves. You know, and then through the years, it's gotten a little bit more and more raunchy. We at the time now where they might as well start using dildos publicly on camera. You know, pull your pants down, shove it up there, and do what you got to do. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And this is another problem. Women these days, with your independence, there's nothing wrong with being an independent woman and being an able and capable woman. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you've got an able and capable man. You're a powerhouse if you're together and use yourself together. Your strong attributes, each one, use them together. But just because you don't have a man doesn't mean that you gotta be one.
Outcast was born from 3 different life paths.
Too many women are out there now because you are independent. You're trying to be men.
Coastal town of Savannah, Georgia. He grew up in a 3-bedroom house.
That wasn't the plan, boo-boo.
Growing up poor made him pragmatic, entrepreneurial.
Yeah, I don't need no man. Yeah, you do. You saying all that because you don't have one right now or can't get one because you done fixed your mentality to think that a man has to purchase you.
Antoine eventually realized he had to leave his small town if he
Bitch,
wanted to find real
please.
opportunities. He was able to convince his aunt
Your
Renee
coochie
to
is no better than anybody else's. I'm gonna tell you that. Let me be the first to tell you. Your coochie is not made of diamonds and pearls.
Months younger, and he grew up in the city. He was introverted, and some people even thought he was a bit naive. Always with his head.
That's not you.
At Tri-Cities High School, he got into rapping with his classmates.
Like they
and
said
found
back
his
in the
true
day,
passions.
them old women
At
used to
age
say,
16,
coochie's a
in school
dime a
together,
dozen, baby.
Antoine and Andre were rivals. Their personalities couldn't be
Coochie's
more
a
opposed,
dime a
and that's
dozen.
why
They didn't call it
respected each other's
coochie.
rapping skills.
They called
That's
it
why
something
the
else.
rivalry turned into
Monkey.
friendship, and before long, they formed a musical duo called the
Miss
Two
Frankie
Shades.
Fisher across the
Antoine
street
was
used to
Black
call it
Dog,
Monkey.
and Andre called
My
himself
deal.
Black Wolf. And yeah, if this were
Hey,
2015 instead of
monkey's a
1991,
dime a
that would have been a
dozen.
furry collective. Always looking for any way
And it's
in the
true.
industry, they would soon meet.
You can have a good man
Rico,
and all
a little
that.
bit older and a little more experienced, was
But
part of
guess
a
what? They
production
gonna
trio
chase
called
that
Organized
monkey
Noise with his
because it's
friends
new to
Stevie Brown
them.
and Ray Murray. Organized Noise had been getting some work
They'll
with
get you
metal
some
labels
business.
like LaFace Records,
Learn how
but
to
the
learn
artists
how
they
to
were working with
to
weren't
deal
what
with
they
those
really wanted.
issues
They wanted something
without
bigger.
finding yourself
Yeah,
by
because we had
yourself.
2 young dudes talking about like
But
2
your coochie is
high
not
school
going
cats
to
come
be
out
the
straight.
tell-all
As he
be-all
said
to
that,
your
these 2
success in
guys
life.
came walking over the hill.
It's all up here. And it's
What
all
do y'all
here.
do? They
And
rapped
what
over
you
this
put
song, man. I swear they
in the
rapped for
word,
about 10
what you
minutes
put,
apiece.
the
No
word in
breaks.
your
I
heart
was told
is
you
what's
they
going to
fly
carry
this
you
to me
through.
like, yo,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
here
take
to
y'all to the
preach.
dungeon.
I'm not here to preach all that. I'm just being realistic.
The same place that would go on to
I'm just
facilitate
being
some of the
realistic.
greatest
In
records
this
in the history of the
cold-hearted
trap
world,
scene, launching artists
you're
like
going to have to
Big
have
Mom,
more
TLC,
than what's
Janelle
between
Monáe,
your
Killer
legs to
Mike,
carry you
Future,
through.
and of course,
And
Outkast.
some of these young
Unite
ladies have
192
got it
wasn't
so
much more than a room full of
twisted.
cobwebs, rat shit, and
You
empty walls
meeting
with paint
dudes, and the
and
first
of course,
thing
artists pursuing
you
the
want to know
impossible
is,
dream from scratch.
how much money you make?
Again, though, they were only 16 and 17 years
What do you
old.
do for a
Antoine
living?
still managed to balance making music
Are
with
you going to
good
buy me
grades,
this?
but Andre
Are you
quickly
going to buy me
dropped
that?
out.
I don't
Music
want to go to
failed. He
Cheesecake
didn't know what
Factory.
he was going to do.
I want to
That's
go
how
to
much
Bruce
time they were
Chris.
spending
I
working
want to
on
go
music
to the
in
Met.
dungeon. They had no other plan. If this group failed, they'd all be failures. No
Wait a
one would
minute.
want anything to do with them. And that's how they
They
became
gonna have to start having
Outcast.
auditions
Andre,
for
previously known as Black Wolf, became Dragon. Antoine, previously Black
anti-ratchet,
Dog, became
anti.
Big Boy. And their shot at success
What
came
is the
shortly
word?
after. Rico Wade, through
It's been a turn. I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. Jamie Foxx wrote a song about it.
But Reed wasn't a fan.
Here's the person
Or
who
was it
put you in a
Kanye?
position to be a professional rapper.
Gold
Can't
digger.
tell you you're not good enough.
LaFace was an R&B and pop label.
You gonna
with
dig
acts like
yourself
Usher,
right into the
TLC,
ground,
Toni Braxton. No
digging
rap
for
act had
gold.
ever been signed.
Because
They
these men
weren't
ain't
looking for
stupid.
one either.
And
LA
men
Reid
that
was
might be
looking to sign
watching
more pop
this,
stars, and he
don't
felt
sell
like
yourself
Outkast was a
short.
lot like every other rap group.
Don't you
They had
fall
good
for
lyrics
no
and
heifer that
millions
comes
of
along and the
sound
first
that
thing
didn't
she
see
want to
them
know
future
is
stars.
what you got
Everyone
in
was
your
disappointed.
pocket.
Andre's spirit was broken. He didn't even have school to fall back on. But Big Boy told him, "We've come this far, so we
Have
might
you
as well
some
keep
dignity
pushing."
too.
So they did. Back in the dungeon, Rico Wade
Because
started a relentless training regimen for
contrary to
rappers.
what
The production
most
trio
may
experimented
think,
to
the
create a new
prize is
sound,
not
and
just the
Andre and
woman.
Antoine did hundreds
The
of
prize
remixes
is the
and
man as
tracks.
well.
They even started performing their verses while running to
Boom.
build strong lung capacity for concerts. It was
Y'all
brutal.
females might
They
not
were
like
treating
that.
being in a rap
Too
group
bad, so
like their
sad.
lives depended on it.
See,
Eventually, though, they got
I've
a
been
second chance to
24,
go
but
back
you
to LA
haven't
Reid
been
to do another
61.
audition, and in
Going on
1992, at the
62.
age of 17, Outkast
So
became the
I'm
first
gonna
ever
say
rap
what I'm
artist
gonna say
signed
because
to
I've lived
LaFace
what I've
Records.
lived.
Just 2 years after Outkast met in high school, their 1994 debut album, Southern Playlisted Cadillac Music, sold 1
Women
million
walking
records
around
within a
here
year. And,
with
of
their
course,
twat
one of
all
the
up in
best
the
new
air,
rap
thinking that
before
that's
the
gonna catch them
1995
somebody
Source Awards, all
dignified
before they were 20
and
years old.
a
So why then did people try
high-end
and boo them
man.
off the stage? Because 3 years ago, they
Lashes,
were
you bend
rejected
down,
for being
sweep the
unoriginal,
ground.
and now they're being hated for sounding too unique.
Quit
So
falling
what
for the
kind of
okie
album
doke.
did they make to get people
All
so
you
mad?
sexy
They
red
brought the
wannabes
new
out
dirty
there,
South sound
quit.
to the scene and combined live
Sexy
guitar,
Red got her
keyboard,
millions,
bass
or
with the
so she
hard-hitting
think at
synth
least.
pop
Hopefully that
drums. It
lip
was
gloss will
funky,
take off
dark, and
because
tragic, and he
ain't
reflected the
nobody
album's
buying
themes
tickets.
of pleasure and pain. The first half of the album is
Last
about
I
the
heard,
feeling,
a couple of her
the
concerts got
excitement
shut
of
down
living
because
in
they didn't
Atlanta.
sell enough
Players Ball is
tickets.
a song about celebrating Christmas the
So
Atlanta
she
way,
needs something
smoking,
else to come along and
having a party.
keep her above water. You know, maybe you'll be lucky and catch up with Rihanna. And Rihanna didn't have to name any of her cosmetics. Nasty, hoish,
And if you think
stankish,
Andre 3000
hood
looks good
rat,
in this video, it's because he was.
ratchet
He's
Tanya
17 years old.
shit
Funky Ride
like
is
that.
a psychedelic funk overdose that
She didn't
makes
have
you
to
feel
do
like
that.
you're floating on a hazy cloud.
If Rihanna wanted to stop singing right now, she could. Because she got her bank rolling in. She got her cosmetic line. She got all kind of stuff going on because she used her brain.
But then the second half of the album depicts the apathy,
She used
the
plain and
hopelessness,
common
the
sense.
self-destructive tendencies that make many
And
teenagers
she
give
didn't
up
throw
on their
herself to the
futures
ratchet
and their education
wolves.
in a very conscious
And I'm not saying
ratchet, like the song called
ratchet.
Wild, where
I'm not
Andre
saying
confides
Rihanna
that
is
he's scared
a
for his
saint.
future.
By
Remember,
no
he wasn't a
means.
famous rapper here. He was just a random
But
kid
she
who was risking
certainly
his future for his
ain't
passion.
along the lines of gonorrhea as a lip gloss color. Nut. Booty hole pink. Yeah.
This album gave a huge
On my
voice to
period
hip-hop.
red
The
or
awards,
something.
the
No,
sales,
sex
introduced
on my
rap culture to the
period.
unique Atlanta accents, the production, the ideas, and the stories.
It's
But it also had a
disgusting.
big effect on Andre
It's
in
disgusting.
particular. In the months after its success, he went into a mental spiral and
It's
became
disgusting.
almost
What's next?
unrecognizable
Bullet
to
hole
the people
red?
around him. To a lot of outsiders who were now interested in
I
Outkast,
don't
not knowing who
understand
they
it.
were before, he looked pretty crazy. There were even rumors
Throw
flying
up
around
taupe.
that he might be on drugs or gay.
I don't
Both.
understand it.
One day, completely
I
out of
pray for our
nowhere,
young people
Andre
though.
showed up to the studio
Because
wearing
these
a turban.
same
He told everyone
individuals
he'd
are
thrown away all
having
his drinking,
babies.
quit drinking and smoking, become vegan and spiritual, and had started a year-long battle with
They're
self.
having
Big
babies.
Boy couldn't believe that the chain-smoking rapper who taught him how to roll a blunt 2 years ago
It's
was now a
crazy.
sober vegan.
This
The
is
same
what they're
guy
teaching
just
the
a few
babies
weeks ago
now.
was partying
Just
with
like the
groupies,
school
but is
system
now
is
celibate. Andre
teaching
started
these
studying
young
for a
kids at a
GED
very,
to make
very
up for the
early
fact that he
age
dropped out of
about,
high school, despite the fact that he was
they're
now a
not
famous
teaching it
artist
as so
who had
much
no
as they're
need to go
dropping
back to school
they're
ever.
planting the
He had
seeds
achieved
about
every rapper's
sexuality.
dream, and now he was openly throwing it all
Somebody was
away
telling me
and quitting
about
right
they took
after
their
they had
daughter
taken
to
a
the
break.
doctor
And the reason why was because Andre
for some kind of
resented
a
devices
physical,
that came
just a
with his
normal
newfound
checkup of
success. He
some
found them
kind.
distracting,
And they
stressful,
started
didn't want to be
asking
that way
this
anymore.
I
5-year-old
exploited my fame,
questions like
and then I got guilty
her
about it and pulled back.
pronouns.
Looking in the
What?
mirror, they say
She doesn't.
when you're high, you shouldn't look in
What?
the mirror. And I did.
This baby don't know
And I
nothing
saw
about no
myself
pronouns.
deteriorating, and I was like, you
Oh,
look
you know,
terrible.
like
You gotta
she,
cut that shit
her,
out or you won't make it.
him.
And I stopped.
There was also the heartbreak
I'm a
and
girl.
regret that came from the end of his 2-year
They
relationship
asked this
with
baby,
singer Keisha Spivey.
do
She
you
had
like
left him, and it left
girls
him feeling pretty
or
empty. But what he
boys?
regretted most was
She
that
said,
he
well,
apparently felt
I
like a
like
fraud.
girls because all
Personally
my
and
friends are girls
artistically,
at
Andre was
school.
going against his better instincts to become a hedonistic, materialistic, young 19-year-old rap
They're
star.
asking
Instead,
these
he wanted to
babies
live
about
more
their
true to himself.
sexuality
Most of
at the
all,
age of
Andre didn't want to be a
5.
fake gangster rapper
They're
anymore. Because
teaching
even
this
though
shit
Outkast
in
was introduced
school.
as a kind of weird,
Parents,
conscious, funky
parents,
version
I
of the regular rap
implore
sound,
you
they were still abiding by the
to
gangster
check
look
that
that was
shit at the
non-negotiable back then.
gate
Big Boy, he wasn't a
before
stranger
they
to
get
that
the
world. He had the
opportunity to
aura of
brainwash
solution,
your
vibe,
children,
worship. He was about
just
that
like
life.
they
But
did.
Andre was a
See,
little
it's
different.
all
He
coming
went
to
to
me
one of the
now.
most elite private schools in
When
Atlanta.
I
So
had
does that
had
mean that
kids,
Andre 3000 was a
they
rich
started
kid pretending to
instilling
have a
in
poor,
kids my
tragic
kids'
origin
age.
story? Not really. It's
You don't
pretty
have to get
complicated, but one
spanked.
thing was for sure. He wasn't going to act like someone
If
he
your
wasn't
parent
just for the
strikes
sake
you,
of being famous. Sharon
you
Van
can
Ecken,
call
her son Andre,
911
finally settled
because
into the
you
Low
have
Homes housing
rights.
project in Atlanta when he was a young kid. In the years before, they had been moving around constantly
Really?
because she didn't have enough money to put down a deposit in an apartment.
Now,
for
first
him
of
to live
all,
in.
let me give you
When she
this
left home,
disclaimer.
all she had to her name
I don't
was
believe in beating no
$450
child.
and a mattress.
I really
But
don't.
what really broke
I
her
do
heart was
not
to see her
believe
son Andre,
in
who was only
beating no
10 years
child
old,
into
fully
submission.
accept the instability and the feeling of
But
not
I tell
having
you
home.
what,
Each time she got evicted
every
from the place,
now
she
and
would say,
again,
"I'm ready."
when your
As
child
if you were
gets
already
to the
used to it.
point where
Living in the Bowen homes, she always
their
worried when she'd look out
behavior
the window
could
to see people
get their
fighting,
ass in trouble
dealing
in the
drugs,
real
or
world,
police cars
that
and
is,
fire
it's
trucks
your
pulling up
duty
to the
to
building.
check that
Feeling
shit before it
determined
gets
to make
out
sure
there
that
in
her
the
son would
public.
have a good future, she took the
And
first
one good
opportunity
ass
that
whooping
came
will
her way.
check a
She enrolled
multitude
Andre in a
of
school
head
program that took
bashings
kids
from the
from low-income
police.
areas and sent them to schools
Let
in
that
affluent
record show.
neighborhoods. Eventually, Andre ended up at a middle
So
school in
my
Buckhead,
grandparents
Atlanta,
used to
one of the
whoop me.
nicest parts of the city. And this was
And
before the
trust and
experience
believe, when
where
I
these
got
schools
whoopings,
gave access to
I
top-tier
deserved them.
education and
This
infrastructure in a
eyelash is
racially,
really getting on my
economically mixed
nerves, so
environment, which led
if
to
I
a
keep
unique taste in
fucking
music
with
you
it,
wouldn't have heard at
pay me
home.
no
We loved
mind.
listening to Rakim, Madonna,
But
Sting, and
once
Duran
again, I'm gonna
Duran
get
from
back
a
to where I
young
was talking
age.
about
Even before the prestigious schools, though, he had always
corporal
been an
punishment.
unusually curious child who loved to tinker with
Spanking
his mom's record player, disassembling it,
became a
and putting it
big
back
deal
together.
back
And this school
in
experience only
my
increased his
kids' day
curiosity.
when
It
they
was
were
no
going to
surprise that
school.
in
They
middle school,
instilled
he
in
had
these
art,
children
music,
that
and
corporal
fashion, and
punishment
he
was
developed his
wrong.
own style of dressing. But at the same time, as his
Parents should
school
not
experience
spank
expanded
your
his taste
children.
and his interests, he
That's
started to
some
go through an
bullshit
identity
right there.
crisis.
When he came back to the neighborhood, people around him was like, what the hell you got on?
Even after bouncing back,
I don't
fixing
care if you agree
finances
with
in
me
the
or
home,
not,
and becoming a
because
real
you
estate
raise your
agent,
kids the
Andre's
way
mother
you
still
want to.
couldn't
I
afford
raised
nice
mine the
things
way
like
I
brand-name
wanted to,
clothes.
and
The
guess
school
what?
would see unfamiliar bougie
They turned
lifestyle,
out fine.
come
Well,
back home
my
and
baby, he's
realize how
dead and
different
gone.
his reality was.
But it
He
wasn't
slowly started
behind
to
no
understand that
bullshit.
things that were normal for his friends were out
And
of
his
reach for him.
kids
By the
are
time Andre was in high
fine.
school, the integration program
They're not
was
out here
over,
doing
and
the
pretty
most.
quickly he started
My
doing
oldest
well.
son
But
is
smoking
married
weed
and
drinking,
happily
petty
married
troublemaking doesn't make you a pimp or a
with 2
gangster.
children.
Andre was still the same exact eccentric, introverted, artistic kid
And
with his head in the
the thing
clouds,
is
just
that
with
back
a few bad
then,
habits. And
they
so it makes sense
decided
that with his
we're going to
early music,
bypass the
Andre tried
parent,
to fit in with
and
the
we're going
conventional
to
aesthetics and
program
style.
these
But
children
the
the way
sad
we
news
want
was
these
that they
children
still
to
didn't want him.
come
The
up.
same way the people in
And
his
we're
neighborhood did.
basically
The
what
only
they did
answer
was
to that position would
they
be to sink
on a
further and
low
further
end
into his daydreams and exit
sneakified
music
way
because that was the only place he could
started
safely be who he was.
undermining
His whole
the
life he was too
parents
artistic, too
and
expressive,
the
and too
role of
colorful
the
for
parent.
the people around him.
So
It was only
they
with Big Boy,
in the
Freak
school
Away, and
started
Making
telling
Music
these
at the
kids that,
Dungeon
yeah, you
Andre
don't have
became
to be
defined as a
spanked.
sense
You
of
can
belonging. And so
call the
now
police
the
and the
name
police will
Outkast
come
starts to hit
and
a little different. And
your
while their
parents
debut
won't spank
album
you
was
no more.
pretty great, it
They'll
didn't
even
make him
take you
feel
away
true
from
to
them.
himself. This transformation he was now going
And
through, becoming an unrecognizable figure.
that
It
was
was
the
Andre's
start
way of swearing
of
that
where
he would
we
never
are now.
compromise who he really is
You
and how
know,
he feels and what he
you
wants
just
to be.
might
It was
be a
him
girl
proving that he'd never lose
under
himself
all that
just to gain ground
masculinity
in a
that
world that isn't really
God
true.
gave
But
you
ironically,
as a boy.
embracing that weirdness is
There,
what would soon make him
Satan
bigger
is
than he ever
crafty.
imagined. One of the biggest figures in
Once you
history of
open
rap,
one little
Outkast's
door,
next
and
two albums would
he
change
can be
hip-hop
patient.
forever.
He's
Adding the
not
smooth yet edgy
he's not in no
sound of
rush
Southern Playlist
because he
piano
knows the
music
end
into
game.
Aliens starts like this.
He already know he done lost. But his job is to take down as many of us as he possibly can before the end is here. And trust and believe he is putting it on. He's got these kids now calling the police on their parents, not only because the parent might have spanked them, but because they didn't get a controller or they didn't get something for Christmas that they wanted. They didn't get the new iPhone for their birthday. So kids are doing the most. That came from telling kids that you can call the police on your parents. See how that shit backfired?
And the daily challenges of the present.
They're finding new and improved ways of manipulating children in their earliest years to grow up to be the adults that they want them to be for whatever reason. And bottom line is this isn't a man thing, this is a Satan thing. This is a Satan thing. Satan wants this world upside down, and that's just where we are right now. Just where we are right now. Don't spank your kids. Gentle parenting. I done told you once before about that gentle parenting thing. I got a friend who did gentle parenting. She gently parented her 5-year-old way back in the day. And that gentle parented boy grew up to whoop her ass
always stood by him.
Back then, there was a
because she
whole
didn't
bunch
put
of
her
shit
foot
talking.
down when he was
People
younger.
just couldn't understand how we were making the type of music we were making. There were a lot of attacks coming
Yes,
at
we
my
want to be
partner. We
logical.
wanted to let people know
We want to
this man doesn't stand by himself.
strike up a
I mean,
conversation
that's my
with your
dog.
3-year-old
Ain't nothing.
as
In
to
success
why
and
Johnny
in
shouldn't
ridicule,
jump on
Outkast was known
the
for their
couch
yin
or
and yang contrast of the player and the
whatever.
poet. While
Because I
Andre had
said
laid
so.
back, poetic
How about
delivery with
that?
eccentric artistry, Big Boy had the charisma, fast flows, and he
Or
brought
should I
the
just let him
Atlantic
fall off the couch and bust his head wide open? Then you want to send me to jail for neglect. So you don't sit there and hold a discussion with a 3-year-old who has the attention span of toast.
Aquemini. You got Big
Get
Boy,
out of here
Aquarius
with
hat
that
for the group.
bullshit.
And on this side, you got Andre 3000, the Gemini group. Y'all know what it is.
It took
But that's the world we
experimental
live in.
sounds of AT-Aliens to a new level.
Now they're
And
telling
it became the
kids
moment that ended
they're
the
dr-
East
they're
West Coast monopoly
they're
for
planting the
hip-hop.
seed
Andre doubled
of
down
sexuality in
on the direction
kids
of
as
eccentricity
young
and
as
spirituality,
4,
while
3,
Big Boy
4,
kept things real and sharp.
preschool
Juxtaposition
age.
became their superpower. Like in the
At a
artist
time where
storytelling
kids
part
shouldn't
one,
even be
Big
thinking
Boy
about
talks about his power over
sexuality.
highly promiscuous girl
They're
Susie
kids.
Sterling. But then Andre comes in with
They're
stories that
playing
about a bleak
together.
outdoor life and OD
What do you care?
being
What are you asking this kid? Are they attracted to the same sex as they are? They don't know nothing about that mess. But you guys are planting the seed.
He could do it all. He could do conscious,
That's
insightful
the
storytelling,
agenda.
but he could also do lyrical kill shots better than anyone
Parents better be don't fall for the okie doke. You done allowed yourself to believe that God made people a certain way. Now let me give you this disclaimer as well. I don't hate on nobody as far as who they choose to lay down with. As a grown individual, you can screw whoever you want to screw. It don't matter, man or woman. That's your business. But I'm gonna tell you this. I know what God said. I know what God said. Man didn't make me, God made me. And God don't make mistakes. And his word never returns void. And if God said that it is a sin to lay down, man lay down with man, and woman lay down with woman, and human lay down with beast, animal, then I'm going to take God's word for it because he has the final say. I don't care what Betty Joe, Karen with the school district, Professor Wannabe in Congress has to say about it. Right is right, wrong is wrong, but like I said, today's times, wrong is right, and right is wrong.
The rest of the rap scene couldn't stay mad for long. It was thoughtful.
It's a twisted world we live in, at least in this country. We live in a very twisted country.
And again, all while blending sci-fi and urban narratives together. Aquemini went on to be
But we've come so far that there's no way to turn it around. Only way it can be turned around is when God turns it around. And his way of turning things around, in his way, remember what he did with Sodom and Gomorrah? We live in a Sodom and Gomorrah time. It's so far gone, it's going to take a drastic measure such as that to rectify it, start all over again.
In his art, made him more famous than ever before.
Hold on a minute, because I got a package to open for my baby. If anybody comes in here, hang tough. I'll be back.
But at this point now, in the late 90s, life had started to get pretty good for Andre 3000. He was no longer a hated underdog in the rap world. People were really starting to recognize the impressive creative output from Outkast, with critics calling Aquemini a stroke of brilliance, cliche-defying, and the most lush hip-hop album ever. One critic said that Aquemini possesses an uncanny blend of sonic beauty, poignant lyricism, and spirituality that compels without commanding. To put it simply, they were no longer outcasts. Their strange brand of music had become so undeniably good, it was now the norm. On the personal side, too, things were improving. After his 1 year of vowed celibacy, Andre met Erykah Badu, a singer who was even more famous than he was at the time. But she followed a spiritual vegan lifestyle.
Why take less when you can get a beefy 5-layer burrito,
I'm not
Chalupa
live.
Supreme,
Say aye.
double
I'm on
stacked
live.
taco, and a drink for just $7.
Ain't nobody on
It's
here.
Lux for less.
But if they come in
Introducing the
later,
$7 Lux Cravings Box, only at Taco Bell.
Erica Liddy, a singer who was even more famous than he was at the time, but she followed a spiritual vegan lifestyle, just like him. A year after they got together, their son was born in November of 1997. A life started shaping up for Andre beyond being stuck in his own head. The birth of his son helped him further become his own person, even pushing him and Big Boy to find their own
oh,
paths.
okay,
Later,
okay.
They had divergent paths as they started riding in separate tour buses.
Oh my
Since
God.
Andre wanted his bus, he wanted a smoking zone. But it wasn't all perfect. Pretty soon, Andre would find out that despite his spiritual awakening,
Babe, can you
and
close that door for me?
lifestyle, he still couldn't completely avoid struggle and tragedy. After just
It
3
feels
years
good,
together,
yeah.
he and Eric Badu separated, which seemed to take a real toll on Andre. He became
That's
self-destructive
what
and
it's all
lost
about.
his sobriety in years after the breakup. But Andre always said that to make great art, you have to take time and live a life worthy of making art without. So when your
Well,
life
whoever
is in
happens to
pieces,
watch this
where do you
video,
turn?
ain't nobody
Instead
come
of
in here
sinking
yet.
deeper into his
I
thoughts
think
like
I
he
seen
had
a
been doing his
one
whole life, Andre decided to chase even more
many minutes
success
ago.
and become the sound of 1990.
And they
Really
came on
inspired by the dawn of a new
and jetted
era,
right
Andre
out of here.
submerged himself in the artistic process
I don't even think they heard anything I said.
officially going by Andre 3000
But this
for the first
video
time
will
instead of
go
just Dre. On the one hand, to distinguish himself from Dr.
online
Dre,
anyway.
but also to make
And
one
if
thing
anybody
clear,
wants to go back
the
and
new
look at
millennium
it, you
was
are
right
free to
around
do
the
so.
corner. But Andre wasn't from this one. He was so far
But
ahead that he was from the next one.
I'm going to check
the year
out now.
3000. But
See
at
if
a
I can
certain
make
point,
another
Andre's
video of
artistic
another
direction
kind.
even started
Because
to
I'm all
rethink.
over the place with this
Specifically, when he would say
YouTube
that he
thing.
was tired of
I like to
rapping,
put
instead wanted to sing
funny
pop
videos
songs.
up.
The
I
more
like to
time went on,
talk.
the more he chased his ideas, the more people felt that Andre was disconnected from
That's it.
reality. So in hindsight,
I
we
like
can
to
start to see why
react.
their next album, while possibly the
Because
most
we live
iconic
in
thing
a
they ever made,
reactionary
was the last
world.
project they ever made
Where
together.
everything
In
that you
Andre's
see
own words,
online,
Stankonia is the place I imagined where you can
you have
open
to
yourself
react
up
to
and
it.
be free to express anything. For him, it was
Anyway,
tales of sex,
I've been
politics,
on here long
street
enough.
battles,
It's been
and his
damn
own
near an
personal
hour.
struggles.
And nobody's come on to shout out and say hello. It looks like,
Miss Jackson is the most popular
yep,
song
it's
on
still
Stankonia. It's one of the best
cloudy
songs
out
about Best
there.
Ever Made, being ranked on many lists
I'm
over the
so
years as
disappointed
one
that
of the
we didn't
greatest
go to
tracks
this
ever.
festival
It
because
even
the
won a
weather.
Grammy.
This
And in
weather's
glitchy synth
just,
pop meets
man.
70s soul meets rap song,
Man.
Andre speaks directly to the mother of
This was
her
going to be
ex,
so
apologizing for all the
bomb.
pain she went through from the
I
turmoil
was going to see
of their
Jeffrey
relationship.
Osborne. I think it was Jeffrey Osborne today. And
Miss
who
Jackson
else?
is a truly huge
Kalimba.
song that has billions of streams even to this day, 25 years
I
after
know
it came
tomorrow
out,
there,
and it became
it's
a
going
huge
to go on
classic.
tomorrow as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if it rains tomorrow too. Miss Jackson, I am
The
for
story goes that
real.
Erykah Badu's own
I wish I
mom
could sing
loved the
again.
song and was always proud of it, even though it was
That's
about
my
her
own
own
fault.
daughter's heartbreak. Then
But
there was the
anyway,
most controversial and innovative song
y'all
ever,
have a wonderful
Bottoms of the
rest of
Bag
your
Bag.
day,
Andre was annoyed that
rest
rap
of your
sounded so
weekend if I
relaxed
don't come
and
back on again.
Everybody was getting
I'm
paid,
going
so
to
it
fix
wasn't
this
as unfair.
eyelash
We
because
wanted
it
that
is
song to sound
on
fierce and urgent.
my last
What's hilarious is
nerves.
that this song's name was so controversial
It's just
that
kind of
multiple
hanging
radio
down
stations banned it
like
completely,
that.
which stopped it from being a
So,
successful lead single.
y'all,
But the
peace
song
out.
itself had no reference to
Take
Iraq's
care.
invasion or any military conflict at all.